Welcome, thank you for clicking on the video. This video is all about 11 books every personal trainer should read. Really important, these 11 books. So I'm just going to go through them now and give you a brief overview of what I thought of them after I read them. So the first book is about Charlie Francis, who brought out a book called Training for Speed. Here we go, there's Charlie Francis there. He trained Ben Johnson in the early 80s, 90s and got him to get Olympic records in running. But obviously Ben Johnson got caught for drugs. Now the reason why Ben Johnson got caught for drugs is that when they're taking their drugs, they have to take them in a cycle between when they get tested and when they don't get tested. And unfortunately Ben Johnson was caught in the wrong time. Otherwise he would never have been caught and he would still have a world record. And then if you look at the Tour de France cyclists, they're getting tested all the time, and Lance Armstrong was caught again because of his timing. And then there's been a documentary that you can find on Amazon Prime or Netflix, and they show you how they tricked the system so they wasn't getting caught for years and years, especially the Russian athletes. And this Russian scientist doctor had to go to America to avoid being imprisoned by the Russians or being killed by the Russians because he let their secrets out. So really good book. And one of the biggest things in here is all about if you improve by 1% every session, over a year, that's 70-80% improvement by 1%. So I like to see that in all my clients and including in my own training. If I'm improving by 1% every session, then I know I'm doing something wrong. Right, so that's Charlie Francis's book. It may be out of print now, it may be hard to get, but I've got one. It's really, really good. Okay, so the next one is Piloquins Principles. I really, really love this book. Unfortunately, Charles Piloquin has passed away. There he is on the back, looking pretty hench. He trained some big bodybuilders, as well as he got 250 Olympic athletes that got really good medals and stuff. So 250 athletes that he got to Olympic gold or to that standard. And with Charles, he used a lot of supplementation. Like he brought out Biosignature, where you can do body fat caliper measurements and find out how the hormonal system is functioning, and then use supplementation in which to get the body to function even better. And his training methods were really, really good, and some of the training methods are in here, like if you want to build thicker hamstrings, you do lunging on a bench. So you stand up onto the bench on top with a bar across your back or dumbbells in your hand and you go down, but you do it explosively. And Charlie Francis mentions something like that with a leg press in his book as well. So the hamstrings are probably the biggest muscle on the thigh and the most dense muscle. So they're like tensile steel. So if you get your hamstrings thicker and fuller and stronger, not only will you have stronger knees, you'll have bigger looking legs as well. Okay, so that's Charles Piloquin, Successful Methods for Strength and Mass Development. But he died, I think he died not last year, year before. So sad that he's gone, but we're all going to die. It's a fact of life. Okay, the next book that he brought out, which is mainly weight loss for men who hate aerobic dance, carrot stick diets, and finally weight training program that melts the fat and spares the muscle. So really good book, probably hard to get as well. Some great information in there, but a lot of supplementation. He really goes on, and he's really into doing lots and lots of sets, lots and lots of reps, depending on whether you're doing strength training, or you're doing hypertrophy training, or you're doing endurance training. But one difference between what I learned with the Chek Institute is that we do a lot less exercises, and I still get awesome results. So I've been training at home for the last year, which I've really enjoyed, and I'm doing 5 exercises, but I'm doing 5 sets, 6 sets, 7 sets of 12 or 15 or 20 reps or 6 reps, depending on how I feel, how my food's been that day. If I feel really powerful, then I'll go into 6 reps. If I'm feeling like I need to go into endurance, then I'll go into endurance. Because I've been training for 35 years, I've got to be really changing my workout programs. Otherwise, my body doesn't change or doesn't improve. But the one good thing about working out at home, I'm hardly ever sore, but I'm still taking it to the max, which is great. So that's a bit of the flow training principle, you know, not being sore. So the next book he brought out, which is the German Body Comp. Okay? But if you look here on the back, you'll see they have good physiques, but they've got bad posture and winging scapulars. Okay? So that's the difference between Paul Chek and Charles Piloquin. Charles Piloquin had massive arms. And if you look here, you see, look, there's lots of sets, lots of reps, lots of programs. So really good book. And I know a guy that was using the body comp composite stuff on clients and getting really good results, but they were spending a lot of money on supplements. And because people are strapped for cash now, it's to get them to buy supplements can be quite hard, in which to get, you know, the hormonal system more balanced and stuff like that. So the next one is the Guru, Paul Chek, How to Eat, Move and Be Healthy. But the good thing with Paul's book is that, one, it's showing you stretches, then it's showing you the metabolic typing diet, which I am an advanced advisor in metabolic typing, and then he shows you specific exercises, then he talks about the core, and he really talks about diet. So I think it's about £14 online. Paul Chek has worked with the Denver Broncos, the Chicago Bulls, Danny Way, what's the other guy's name? Lord Hamilton, and Chuck Norris. One of the Chek practitioners I've heard is working with Tiger Woods at the moment. And so Chek practitioners, but no, Paul himself has worked with some huge names, Anthony Robbins as well. And the reason why I done all my masters with Paul is because, there's my masters, you see that? Is it? Yeah, there's my masters. The reason why I studied with Paul is because he's read over £1 million in books, for one. 2, he's massively enlightened and very open-minded. And 3, if you see him now, he's 60 years old. He's still got a six-pack, still in really good shape. And he's still here, you know. I think Charles Piloquin died, I think he was about 55, I'm not too sure. So I'm not too sure about Charles Piloquin's age. But the thing with the Chek system, it's all about balancing everything and looking at your mind as well as the body. Whereas Piloquin is only about the body. He's not looking at the mind. He's not looking at spiritualness. But then in this book, he did talk a little bit about meditation and a little bit about, you know, relaxing the body. But that's not what he's about. He's more about training hard and taking great supplements in which to balance the body. So the next one is Power to the People, Pavlo. So I like his stuff, but he doesn't really talk about diet and lifestyle. He's just all about the conditioning and using kettlebells. So here's his kettlebell book, Extreme Fitness for Hard Living Comrades. So he was being really, really successful as well. Good book, looking at training regimes and using the kettlebell. And I use the kettlebell now more than I ever did before. So really enjoying that. Then another book which I liked, Beyond Stretching. There he is again. He looks a bit younger there, showing lots of stretching methods, lots of testing in this book as well. And in Paul's book, you can do stretch testing and stuff like that. So that's really, really good. And I use all of the stuff in these books with my clients and stuff. And obviously, being a level 4 master in the Chek Institute, you learn 145, 150 different assessments that you need to do. Then you correlate all that information. Then you design a program. Okay, and that's the only negative side about this book, is that some of the stretches in here are not designed for everybody. If I was looking at them from an orthopedic point of view, or if they had back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, something like that, then I would be, I would want to do my Chek assessment on a client, because it's so in depth compared to this book. And Piloquins' book doesn't even talk about stretching. He misses that out, you know. Right, so the next book is Explosive Lifting for Sport, Boost Your Power, Snatch, Clean, Jerk, Squat and Diametric Lifting by Henry Newington. I think I've got that right. There you go. It's a really great book. I've got a friend of mine in Southampton, the coach, living legend, and he's in Southampton and we're really great friends. And he is super strong, and he does all that type of training. Because I'm not in a big gym, I'm not really doing cleans and jerks and all that anymore, but I can do a clean with a kettlebell. So I'm just not doing it with a big barbell anymore. Does that make sense? But saying that, I may have had a rest for a year of doing that training. So it'd be great to go back to it, and it'll really hit the body, and I'll get more change, more improvement, if that makes sense. Okay, so another really good book is Facilitated Stretching. So really good diagrams, really talking about the individual muscles which you're stretching and what you need to do. Easy, understandable, really good diagrams. Highly recommend that book. I'll put a link in the below where you can buy all these books through Amazon if you want to do that. So the next book is Natural Healing and Wisdom and the Know-How, Useful Practices and Recipes and Formula for Lifetime Health. There you go. Big book. I like large books with lots of with large printing, so I'm not squinting to try and read it. So really good book. Lots of health remedies, and here's my book, Holistic Health for Proper Geezers, Classy Ladies, Get the Body and Fitness You Want Now. I will be bringing out another new book, but probably later on in the year, and I'm going to be doing some ebooks as well, and I would like to do some Kindle books as well. So that's what I'm going to be working on over the next year or so. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and enjoyed this podcast. Please like, please share, please comment down below. I answer back all my comments, so you can say whatever you want, and I will give you a comment back. It's a stupid comment, you'll just be blocked and you won't be able to see any of my videos. YouTube allows YouTubers to do that now because YouTube doesn't want that going on. But all great books. Charles Piloquin, Training for Speed, Facilitated Stretching, Natural Healing Wisdom, my book, Holistic Health for Proper Geezers, Classy Ladies, Get the Body and Fitness You Want Now. You can check out my other podcasts on Apple Podcasts, and I'm on Archer and loads of other stuff. And if you'd like to do a podcast with me, then please comment down below. If we get on and we gel, we meet up, then I'll be happy to do it with you. But I'm very choosy who I work with, because I want to only put great stuff out there, you know what I mean? So hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it's a bit long, but there's a lot of books, 11 books. And if you've got any questions, please make sure you post them below. So thank you for watching. See you again next week.